Hello everybody and welcome to my fishing tutorial for Rogue Heroes, Ruins of Tasos. This is actually an excellent game, guys. If you haven't played it before, please go to Steam and throw down $20. It's well worth the money, well worth more than supporting streamers like Invader V. Anyhow, so this game's fishing mechanic is very simple. However, it's broken up into pieces that make it kind of difficult, but once you understand it, it's pretty good. And I'm pretty sure if you click this link, that's why you're here. So I'm going to show you how to fish, and if you want to get the pirate costume, all the locations of those legendary fish. You know the deal. Like and subscribe. I'm also going to give you a guide on how to become a better fisher if you need to, and now it's time to teach you guys how to fish. So the first thing you're going to need to fish is a fishing rod, of course. And to get a fishing rod, you need to create the dock house. The dock house is always built down here for some strange reason. And it has three little characters, one little fisher guy right here, a little fisher guy that likes to swim around, and then the little girl in the house. The guy on the dock is going to give you a quest called Craft the Fishing Rod. These are the materials you're going to need to create your fishing rod. These materials are fairly easy to get. The first one being the tendril monster that pops out. His name's Tendron. He looks like a bush. You hit him, he comes out, tries to swat you with his tentacles, and you just whoop him. He's not really hard to beat. The second one's a little more difficult. You can only find him in the third dungeon and in the final dungeon of the game. These are the face or the mask. I don't remember how it's called, but you need to kill a couple of these to get some mask fragments. And once you have enough of both materials, you bring it right back to the little fisherman on the dock. He helps you crash your fishing rod, and now you're ready to fish with style. And now for the main event. I'm going to teach you guys how to fish. Now, the first part is going to be how to fish with a controller, because I use a controller, and I know for other controller players it's going to be a little difficult. It's either that or I'm just slow. First off, if you have been using your movement stick while trying to fish, you're wrong. And past that, you're probably kicking yourself on the butt right now, because that's probably where you were going wrong. So to fish, just so anyone who's never done it before figures out how to do it, you cast your rod into the water using the right trigger. You have a higher chance of catching a fish or a rare fish if you fish in an area with a little fish jumping in and out, because that specific fish will come to your rod. However, any body of water will do. Once it hooks, you hit A, and then it will tell you a direction to move your right stick, not the left, while holding down the right trigger. When you do this, it'll fight with it until it puts it into reel mode. Reel mode, basically all it does is make it so that you can reel it in faster without having to move the directional stick over and over again. And it's pretty much rinse, wash, and repeat from there, because eventually the fish is going to start fighting with you, so you're going to have to move the stick again, and then it'll go back in the reel, and then you're reeling it in again. Honestly, you can hold down the reel button the entire time, but I wouldn't suggest it, because the second the fish starts fighting and your stick's not in the right direction, it's going to cause the fish to get loose a little faster. So what I do is the second something changes, let go of the trigger, and then put it back on once you get yourself situated again. Once you're situated and the reel bar is full, the fish will come flying out at you, and you caught your first fish, or your 30th fish if you've already seen how to do this before. Alright everybody, for my PC players, this is how you fish. You swap to your fishing rod using either Q or E, and when you get to the body of water, you're going to right click to cast your fishing pole. You're going to wait, and when the prompt hits F for hook, hit F. And then for you guys, what you're going to have to do is whenever the directional key comes up, it's going to tell you how many times to tap that direction. You have to do that while holding down your right mouse button. And after it goes to reel, all you have to do is just hold down the right mouse button, and that's it. Eventually it'll give you more directions to hit. Just remember, however many times it tells you to hit, that's how many times you have to. Don't worry about tapping the right mouse button though, because that already counts as numerous hits at a time. However, your button does not for some strange reason. And eventually, when your bar fills up for reeling it in, you'll catch your first fish as well. Congratulations. Last but not least, if you want to get the most out of your fishing rod, you're going to need to make sure that you build Rick's tool shed. The tool shed is awesome because it upgrades all of your secondary items using all the hard-earned gems that you got from the dungeons. I would highly suggest leveling this thing up as high as possible for the legendary fish because it makes things way easier. Now that I've taught you how to fish, I'm going to teach you how to locate the legendary fish you need to get the pirate's garb. Alright, so what you're going to do here are the locations of all 3 of the legendary fish. I found the best locations to fish for them, and I think they did this on purpose. I think these have the highest chance rates. These have the highest rates of catching these fish because I seem to have caught these fish before most of the community has. So I thought it was kind of cool. So the first one is up here. It's near the 4th dungeon. You really don't have to be at the 4th dungeon to get to this area. They made it easier to access certain areas without having to be on that quest. But if you haven't gotten there yet, I'm just gonna let you know right now it could be a little difficult to get there. So up here you got a little frozen oasis. It's right next to the 4th dungeon. You go down the hill if you're taking the portal, and then go around and then go up, fight a bunch of douchebag birds, and oh gosh, I hate these guys. And then you're gonna go over here and use your little hook shot and get into the middle of the little island, cast your rod, and bada boom bada bing. After I want to say 10 minutes. It could be longer. Don't quote me. I don't know what the catch rate's going to be for you, but for me it took about maybe 5 minutes to get this fish. These things are big and these things look scary as crap. Except for the 3rd one, the little seahorse. He comes out like really small. All right, so the second location is going to be down here. You're going to go south of the swamp through the desert all the way to the very left. You're going to go up, and then you're gonna pound the crap out of these rocks with your power fist, and there you go. There's a secret little oasis. I caught the 3rd fish this was the 3rd fish for me because I went to the easier one first. I caught this 3rd fish in like 2 minutes, I want to say, in this location. Now if you can't get up to here because you don't have the power fist, that's okay. All you gotta do is go down to where you met that little shipwreck guy down here on the beach, and you can cast your rod there. The only downside is you have to deal with these giant bear-sized lobsters, and I hate these guys. They're crazy. Like, look at this. Like, why are you like this? All right, and then the 3rd location, or the last location, the 1st location technically, for the last legendary fish is right over here, right underneath the smoldering ruins, or whatever they call it, the overgrowth. That's what it's called. Now, this area is the easiest to access, but it is the hardest to get to because you got to go around a bunch of stuff just to get to it, like jump down the pit, go up a ladder, do the hokey pokey, turn yourself around, you know. But once you get there, it's a little tranquil, relaxing place down at the bottom of the map. You just toss your rod in there, give it a couple minutes, and then bada boom bada bang, you got the last one. Awesome. And when you're all done there, take the 3 legendary fish to the girl at the little dock house, then take the thread she gives you to the tailor, get your pirate costume all set, and there you go. You have the pirate class. Alright, anyways guys, I believe that's the whole video. I appreciate your time. If you guys want a tutorial on anything else on Rogue Heroes, just let me know, and I will put something up.